Hello, I'm Chris. This is Gross Models. Welcome to the third day of this year's Advent Calendar book. It's an Advent Calendar escape room in a book. So we've done a couple of days so far. If you haven't watched them already, go back and watch them because the story continues on all of them. But apart from that, I shall go down to the bench. We'll have a look and see what today we've got to do. We've got the story and then the puzzle. So 3 is the back door, but the O's are written different. I don't know if that's deliberate. So let me read the story to you. Get comfortable. We'll read day 3 and then we'll do the puzzle. Leon remained silent for a moment, his gaze hesitant, fixed on the steaming china cup the old woman held out to him. The old woman bent over, seemed to be waiting, motionless, but her lively eyes still shone with a quiet, almost affectionate mischief. He hesitated again, then yielded as one yields to the silent insistence of a child or an animal. So he sat down, driven more by weariness than desire, took the cup from the old woman's trembling hands and raised it to his lips. The hot, sweet beverage flowed down his throat with a deceptive sweetness. This sweetness quickly gave way to a heavy bitterness, like the taste of ash or some kind of root. Almost immediately, a thick torpor, invaded his limbs. He tried to speak, but his lips seemed distant, foreign to him. He wanted to get up, but already his eyelids, heavy, were closing, and he gave himself up without understanding, like a man slipping into a sleep on the verge of a fever. When he opened his eyes again, his temples pounding, the light had changed. A pale, wintry brightness slid through a dusty skylight, the only visible link between the wagon and the outside world. The room was silent. The old woman was no longer there. Leon sat up, his mind and limbs numb. Everything in the room seemed to be in its place, the cluttered shelves, the vials, the mirrors, the jewellery, but he couldn't shake the strange feeling he couldn't put his finger on, as if the very air had changed. After a few seconds spent in the fog, his gaze was drawn to a small door at the back of the shop, which he hadn't noticed when he entered. He stood up abruptly, intending to ask the old woman for an explanation. She, certainly not having abandoned the shop, could only be hiding behind it. He placed his hand on the icy handle and lowered it, but the door was locked. Leon picks up a scribbled note from the ground, which was written, "Gentle star whose glow bathes the valley, warm shelter, protector of our thoughts, hanging from a thread hung for the holidays, revealing itself in the icy reflection, a gift to be loved, the stars united, a secret reveal." Leon is convinced this strange door wasn't there just now. It looked like it was locked with a 6-digit code. How to find the combination that will open the door? Well, it's obviously something to do with the picture and something to do with this that has 6 lines to it. Yes, on the page itself, the wrong button on that. Let me go to that one. There we go. 6-digit code. We've got 6-digit code to put in that we've got to find on the note. So, right, if we're going to look at the gentle star whose glow bathes the valley, I would guess that we're going to count the number of stars. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's not a 6-digit code. That would be 15. So perhaps just the big ones, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know. They're not all just big or just small. Maybe I'm at the wrong tree here as well. Let's have a look. We try the second one. Warm shelter, protector of our thoughts. Houses. There's 4 houses. So maybe the second code is going to be a 4. Let's put a 4 in there anyway. Hanging from a thread. Yeah, we've got 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, more than a single digit's worth. There's 5 of them. And there's 5 on the front one. So I'm going to go with 5 for that. Revealing itself in the icy reflection. I mean, we've got that down there. There's lines. Or is there numbers? And there's a thing that might be a 4 in the corner there. Well, if we're not counting, if we're looking at shapes, let's look at shapes instead then. Because these windows could be an 8. And the star could be a 4. So let's try again. Let's put a 4 in the first one, and an 8 for the houses, and the hanging is an O, and that, I don't know, it could be a 4. I'm going to go 4 if it's a reflection. A gift to be loved. Oh, there's definitely a 2 on that gift. And the stars united, a secret reveal. Stars united. Oh, hang about. There's a 3 hanging from that. That's very, very faint. I mean, you can see on the screen there a little bit clearer. All right, let's change that then. Right. I'm not going for a bit on everything. I'm going for just hidden in, particularly on 1. So the gentle star whose glow bathes the valley. I've gone for 4 because it was a 4 pointy thing, but maybe that's not it. Maybe there's more to that. If I'm actually looking for numbers, that third one's going to be 3 because there's actually a 3 hanging from the string. Let me go back to the bench view so you can see, hopefully, a little bit closer along with me. There's definitely a 3 hanging from that. And the stars make up a 4. There's a 4 in a shape there in the stars. So that's going to be the last one. That will be the stars united, revealing a thing. The gift is definitely 2. That's definitely a 4. That's definitely a 3. Any other numbers in the houses? It's definitely just the 8s, and there's 8s hanging from there. So the only one I'm not sure about is the star one, the first, a gentle star whose glow bathes the valley. I can't see anything other than, unless there's something in the moon sort of thing, but that's not a star, is it? I'm going to say that we're going to go with what we've got there and see if it's right. No, it's incorrect. Try again. I reckon that first one's wrong then. Gentle star whose glow bathes the valley. I mean, it could be the star on the top of the tree is 5-pointed star, so we'll try 5 on there. But other than that, I might have to go for a hint. Yeah, no, that was right. Okay, there we go. Well done. Numbers were hidden everywhere. The door opens. What secrets could be hiding behind it? Code 2 is the forest. Didn't get a code from the second day, did we? But there we go. I'm assuming I've got a way of getting the codes back again. I don't know. Yes, there we go. We can get them from my profile. I've done 3 puzzles and I have 30 points in total. And we've got 2. Oh, there's only 7 codes to get. Okay, there we go. That is that. Another day completed. So join me again tomorrow as I delve into the story and see what's behind this door. So thank you for watching. See you tomorrow. Bye bye for now.